Hello guys and girls. So we're back to the KX450F 06. The bike is fully street legal now. It's actually registered here in Texas in San Patricio County. I ended up buying a new exhaust for my bike because whenever I had bought it, the bike wasn't tuned properly to the stock exhaust. I had power bomb FMF header. It would overheat pretty frequently. So I didn't like that, so I stopped riding it immediately. I did try to fix that. I put 2 radiator fans, or PC fans. Well, to me, I'm using them as radiator fans, and I hooked them up to this little switch right here. Y'all can see that. But right now I don't have my lithium battery installed right now. I bought a WPS, I believe it's called a WPS lithium battery. Very lightweight, very small. It's probably like that little. It's like super tiny. Fits in the airbox perfectly. But yeah, besides that, I ended up buying the Lex exhaust because the stock exhaust actually had a hole in it, I guess from overheating, and then it also had like a little crack on this side, but on the other side. So yeah, I just ended up buying a new exhaust. It was under 200 bucks. Wasn't too pricey, pretty good. Ended up getting it tuned to my bike. They said that they rebuilt my carburetor and rejetted it, obviously, and they said they ended up putting a new spark plug in my bike. This is at Cycle Plaza there in Corpus. They said they ended up putting a new spark plug in my bike, which honestly made no sense. I don't know if they just charged me for a new spark plug because I literally just put a new spark plug in there like not that long ago. So I don't know if they saw, oh yeah, this guy has a brand new spark plug, let me just charge him for one or whatever. But anyways, let's just say they did. But yeah, they said they put a new spark plug in there, so that's cool. But yeah, now the bike starts up every like 3 tries. Honestly, I don't know how the top end is on this bike. Like, I've never checked the piston on it, and I haven't checked the valve clearance on it, so I can't say that that's at good shape right now. The bike does turn off whenever I hold the clutch in. Like, I'll hold the clutch in, but this is when the bike's fully warmed up. It's not just like right when you start it. But let's say I'm riding around for maybe 20-25 minutes, whatever, right? And I'll hold the clutch in, I'll switch it down to first. And whenever I switch it down to first, the bike will just die. I can start it back up with a couple of kicks, but the bike will die. And I heard, well, not heard, but I read on forums and stuff like that, that usually when that happens, it just means that your clutch plates are worn. So I am gonna check that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and install new ones, because I found some for like 50 bucks. I believe they're Tusk brand, or I don't remember the brand to be honest, but they're fairly cheap. Hopefully my clutch basket isn't messed up or severely worn or anything like that. I'm hoping that I can get away with just buying the clutch plates, the metal plates and the friction plates, but we'll see how that goes. And one other thing too I noticed on my bike that I do need to replace is, let's see if I can see it, but hopefully I can see this, but there's my countershaft nut, and it's super loose, and the only thing that's holding it on is that crush washer that is behind it where it's bent over. So I ended up buying a new crush washer for the bike, and I ended up getting like a whole countershaft seal kit, which is actually pretty good. It was from All Balls, the company where they, you know, they usually like make bearings and stuff like that. But yeah, it came with the countershaft washer, and then it came with the circlip, and then it came with the oil seal, and I think that's it. But yeah, it came with a pretty good amount of stuff for like 18 bucks, which is really good compared to if you were just to buy the OEM washer, you know, from like Bike Bender or something. You end up paying like 10 bucks regardless just for shipping. So I got a pretty good amount of stuff, and I got it on Amazon for 2-day shipping, so that's pretty good. But anyways, so y'all haven't seen me ride this bike yet, at least like in a video, other than on Instagram. I did a little quick video on there, but you haven't seen me ride it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is ride it. I think I went over everything. The only other thing that I got for this bike, I had a video of me putting it on, but my computer ended up messing up and deleting my files on my memory card. I don't know what happened, but I ended up putting a stainless steel filter, oil filter in this bike. I forgot the brand, to be honest, but my girlfriend ended up getting it for me. It was only like, I think it was under 30 bucks, but it's a stainless steel reusable oil filter. So that's installed. And then another thing I have is a oil cap, an anodized red oil cap. I didn't care about the color. I just wanted one with a nut on there so I can, you know, easily put it on, put it off with the socket. So that's cool. I got rid of the flathead screwdriver one, which I really hate because you gotta have like a big old flathead screwdriver, and the one I had on there was already like super stripped from the previous owner, so I was using channel locks to put it on there and, you know, untwist it. I just didn't like that. It just seemed too sketchy. I didn't like it. Another issue too that I'm having with this bike, I don't have the cooling issue anymore, which is really good. I ended up switching to engine ice, and that was really good idea, well, suggestion from everybody, because it works. It actually does really work, to be honest. Like, I'll ride this bike for a good 20-30 minutes and I can still put my hand on the radiator cap and I won't burn myself. So it does work and I like it. I haven't had it like leak out or anything like that. I do think my radiator fluid might be leaking, not due to overheating. See, it's going down like very little, small at a time, but my radiator fluid, I don't know if it's my radiator fluid or if it's oil. To be honest, it feels like oil though, but it might be oil and radiator fluid. But it's leaking from this little weep hole right here underneath the Boysen supercooler. It's leaking from under there, and I know people say it's just the seal that's behind this propeller. It's like an oil seal that's behind this propeller. It's like really easy to change. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that and just change it out because I don't like stuff leaking. I want to keep my bike tip-top shape. See, it's right here. It feels like oil. But yeah, I need to go ahead and look at that too. I'll probably order that whenever I order the new clutch plates and stuff like that. But anyways, I don't want to bore y'all with, you know, the little problems. They should be easy to fix. Clutch plates are easy to replace, and that little seal should be easy to replace, and the other washer, lock washer, whatever you want to call it, that goes to the countershaft sprocket should be easy to replace too. Anyways guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go on a little ride just so y'all can hear the bike, and because I know y'all have only seen like me kind of putting it together, not really like y'all only see me be like, oh yeah, I got a new light or whatever, this is wired up, but y'all didn't really see like how everything was put together. But if y'all want to know, just let me know. It's pretty simple. The lighting was really simple. The only difficult part was like the banjo bolts and stuff like that, just figuring out how to wire it, but it was pretty simple too. But okay, so let's go for a ride. I had to stop real quick to make sure the GoPro was actually recording, and of course it wasn't, but now it is. Luckily I wasn't talking too much, but yeah, I just got pulled over just like a couple minutes ago, or like an hour ago, something like that. Cop had pulled me over for having my license plate vertical instead of horizontal. You know, that type of bullcrap, pretty much. But yeah, I already went ahead and fixed it. I ain't trying to, you know, mess with the police here. Even when I do wheelies and stuff too, I kind of try to stay in the back roads. I don't have anybody messing with me. And so I don't put people in danger either. I like to try to stay safe while I'm riding my dirt bike. I don't want to run into anybody, and I don't want anybody running into me or freaking hitting me or whatever. But yeah, just going on a quick ride before the sun goes down. I don't have my battery hooked up right now, so I haven't got a headlight or anything like that. Just gonna go on a quick ride and go back home. I really do love this dirt bike, and it was worth every penny. I love it. It's really fun. It kind of reminds me of my brother's F07. Really torquey, comes up really easily. here. Eventually, I think I'm gonna get street tires for it. Probably not supermoto tires yet, but some street tires, some dual sport tires. I want to get some of those. So I'm mainly on the street. I don't know why. Honestly, I think I probably messed up one of the knobs on this tire, on the back tire, because now every time I do a wheelie, it's starting to pull to the left a little bit. It feels weird. I like the way that feels. I might just go. Yeah, there's the cops again. They're right over here. See if they turn around. Nope, they didn't turn around. I like these little hills that they have over here. See if y'all can see that. You see that little hill? Pretty sick. Pretty cool to jump. Probably make a video here in a later time. Probably come like early in the morning when no one's really up and around here, so I'm not bothering anybody. But yeah, it's been a while since I made a video, but that was because it took like almost like 3 weeks for them to actually get my bike tuned and ready to go. They kept making up excuses on why they didn't get it done when they were supposed to, or whenever they said they would. They said it was only supposed to take like a couple of days, you know, within a week, but it ended up taking like almost like 3 weeks. At first they were like, oh well, the guy who was going to work on it actually doesn't know how to work on it, so they gave it to another mechanic that I guess knows how to work on it. So I was like, oh okay. And then they ended up saying it was supposed to be done again, and then they're like, oh well, the guy who's working on your bike works part-time, so he ain't here all day, so that's why we haven't finished it yet. So I was like, okay, well, you know, just let me know whenever it's done. And that's the thing too, the thing with Cycle Plaza, their customer service honestly isn't that great. Every time it was me calling them, they never called me. The only time that they ever called me is whenever the bike was actually done. Like, they never called me saying, you know, oh well, the guy who was going to work on your bike didn't know how to do it. You know, that's something they could have informed me about. Then I would be like, oh okay, well, probably won't get my bike until maybe another couple of days or maybe next week. But instead of them telling me, you know, being professional, be like, oh well, don't expect your bike until a couple of weeks or maybe by the end of the month. Instead of telling me like, oh, it should be done in a couple of days or whatever, they could have just told me, oh, it will be done by like, you know, next month or whatever. Just give me like a super far date or something, you know, so I'm not over here, you know, expecting to have to find a vehicle to go pick up my dirt bike, or not pick it up, but, you know, find a ride over there, because I only own motorcycles. I don't own any cars or anything like that, so I had to find a vehicle in order to go get my dirt bike. I ended up getting dropped off by my girlfriend's grandpa, and he dropped me out there, and then I actually rode my dirt bike all the way from Corpus all the way to Taft. It's pretty crazy because that's pretty far. It's like 30 miles. I actually drove this bike 30 miles. As insane as that sounds, it's pretty far for a dirt bike to be riding Obviously I was in like 4th gear the whole time. So but I wasn't riding that fast, so I was probably trying to go like, you know, 50, 60. And I would slow down every once in a while just so I wasn't just, you know, straight up high in the RPMs. But alright guys and girls, that's going to be the end of this video. I'll talk to y'all next time. Probably whenever I get my parts on Monday, I'll make a video then installing that stuff. I'll probably have to go buy a fork seal. I mean a fork seal, a freaking seal puller. Or oil seal puller, or I think they're just called seal pullers. I know they sell them at O'Reilly's, so I'll probably just go buy from there. But yeah. Alright, y'all have a great day or night, and I'll see y'all later.